Hey everybody. Yeah, sorry, it's been hot. I was wiping sweat and stuff. No, honestly, I was checking my pets. I'm not lying. Been having a very long and interesting situation going on in my life here recently, and I find it very amusing. Now, if y'all didn't notice the title, family, friends, and foe. Now, I don't know about the rest of the world, but it's been my life experience that they're all the same. All. And I don't mean that the fact that they're just human, I think, on the most part. But no, it's just how different family acts. How different family members act toward each other, how different friends act toward each other, and then your foes who act like your friends, but they're not. But in the long run, hey, actually, they kind of fucking are because the ones you consider friends are the ones that are fucking you over, and the ones that are your foes are the ones that are telling you, hey, they're going to fuck you over. And it just really gets complicated. I mean, seriously, doesn't it? And like I said in the description of this, everybody says, well, family is well, everybody's like, oh, that's family. Family's family. You do anything for family. Bullshit. I'll do anything for family. Damn, sorry, I forgot them again. God damn, why do I look bloated? Hold on. Oh, 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 yeah. Whew, yeah, okay. This could be good. Thank you, cousin Chris. Long story. Goes back to teenage days. But no, but I've got a really interesting story that's currently impeding in my life right now, which I have nothing. I There's nothing I can say or do. Well, technically there is, but I won't because I'm not getting in the middle of their family feud. So, but family, everybody, you got a lot of people out there that say, "Oh well, family is family." You've got to stand behind your family no matter what. Bull fucking shit. Okay? I don't give a damn how devoted you are to your family, how many centuries your family's and followed their family tree all the way to fucking Mayflower. If you've got a sibling who sexually molests a 4-year old kid, nope, that branch is cut off. That ain't fucking family. Okay? Sorry, you're shit out of luck. Fuck you. Hope you rot in hell. Now that's just me. Now, if you and the way your family is raised say, okay, fine. He fucked a 4-year-old girl, but he went to prison and did his time. Well, apparently he didn't do his time long enough because he survived and got out. Once he did his time, he's still family and we still love him. No. No. That just means he's a worthless piece of shit pedophile. You're an enabler and you're fucking retarded. Just saying. So, and friends and foes. Now, friends, I don't have much anymore. Mainly, well, I had one ever since elementary school up until I sold my house, and she hasn't needed anything anymore. It was great, and I started thinking about that relationship. We were best friends growing up. Anytime she needed money, I gave it to her. Anytime she needed something, I gave it to her. I would give her rides back and forth to her boyfriend's house, who became her husband, and anybody she wanted to brag about she was cheating on her old man with. And oh, great, now I've got a kid. It's not my old man's. Always come to me. Yeah. Because I was the friend. And she would brag about all the shit. Back then, yeah, I loved her to death. Then as she got older, I started realizing, no, I'm good. Oh, hell no, I'm definitely good. Now her husband's got a kid by some other man. I've had to hear all the stories of how many times he didn't even find out until years later. I thought he knew. Apparently he didn't. But there was even one conversation we had back in the day. She's like, she would never take it in the butt unless she was allowed to do him in the butt first. So she calls me up one day just to brag, saying, hey, guess what? I took it in the butt for the first time. I'm like, oh, damn. So how did your husband like that? And she goes, oh, it wasn't with my husband. And it was around that area of time I went, yeah, no thanks. I've had enough trouble in my life. But she kept always saying we were friends. Never talked again until she wanted something or needed something. And that was it. And that's been 10 years. We don't talk. We don't socialize. She calls when she wants something, calls when she needs something. And that's it. And then I have a Facebook account, and I had a total of 7 friends. Yeah. Big Billy Hermit, antisocial, 7 entire friends on my Facebook. 1, my aunt. 2, my cousin. 3, a friend I actually just ran into or started socializing with, and I hadn't seen her since I was 18. And even she laughed about some of the shit I've done and said and told her. So, well, that's my other Facebook. Well, no, my other me. But yeah, it just amazes me How your friends are friends as long as they need something or want something, and then poof. And then because this individual friend I kept on my Facebook page, I share shit I find funny. Whether it's jokes, videos, memes, whatever. Whether it's about sex, emotions, gay, all this transgender lying bullshit that everybody shoves down everybody's throat. I share it. Everybody laughs. Except for apparently one person who kept putting me in fucking Facebook jail. And the only person I can imagine that being is the one who, was my best friend for years, only contacted me when she wanted something, had to call and brag about cheating on her husband, had to call and tell me about how her child is not her husband's child, had to call and brag about the first time taking her to butt and wasn't from her husband, and then start sharing pictures of her and her girlfriend that her husband knows about. So now she has a girlfriend. So it's a shared relationship. And the girlfriend looks more butch than her damn husband does. And I've got to sit there and look at videos and pictures and things that they shared from a Pink concert that they went to, which I'm guessing that's a band. But out of all the 7 of my friends, not one of them would have been offended or upset. And my Facebook is private, so nobody can just come in and comment. It's only my 7 friends that could be offended or upset by anything I shared. So, let's see. My aunt, who was on vacation, could care less. My cousin, who's in Britain and could care less. My friend that I just added, who probably hasn't even seen any of the shit yet, because she very seldomly even gets on Facebook or any of that. My ex-wife or wife, whatever you want to call her, she could care less as long as I don't bring her name up in it. She don't give a fuck. Ask her, she'll tell you. Hell, I gave her an invitation to this chat if she wanted to jump in. So I know it won't hurt. So it left it down to the last 2. My best friend and her husband, Junior, because apparently she and her girlfriend have the balls in the family. So, and I always said, you know what, I do this shit to piss people off. But when you've got 7 friends, okay, and you're just sharing shit privately with your friends, and your friends block you, and these friends, hell, her husband don't talk to me, but I'll even leave comments and likes and shit on stuff he shares. Never hear anything back. So I essentially lost 1.5 friends on Facebook. It was no big loss. I'm more friends with her damn father than I am with her these days, because me and him feel the same about her that, well, pretty much most people would that met her. She may be smart and know legal stuff, but she's dumb when it comes to dealing with human beings. Unless they agree with her side. Fucking, I swear to God, she'd be like the poster child for Democrats, except she likes gun control. And well, no, she doesn't like gun control. She likes owning guns. So she's the perfect gun-toting Democrat, binary, whatever sexual person. More power to her. Let her be whatever she wants to be. Fly free with your whatever flag it is you fly. My biggest issue with the whole damn situation was this. I had to sit there and look at her showing pictures of her and her little dyke girlfriend on their vacation away from her husband, flying their flag and going to the Pink concert and showing all their private pictures together. And I'm like, bleh. If that's a girl, but that, did I dislike? No. Did I unlike? Did I fucking post any arguments with Facebook? No. Not whatsoever. I did the adult thing. You know what that is? If you like something, yeah, do that. Oh, well, it's kind of yeah. And if you don't like something, just do this. Go, pew. Or like with me, with the mouse, I just go, phew. Great. I wonder if I can put that back. Hold on. Fucker. Sorry, hair. No, she's one of those that's. You said something that offended me and it hurt my feelings, so block you. And I was just explaining to my aunt. I was like, yeah, I got a 30-day ban on Facebook for a picture that I shared in a private message, like on Messenger. Shared it privately with somebody else. And I got a 30-day ban. I didn't share it publicly. I didn't put it out for everybody to see. I shared this picture, and it was a comedy fucking picture. And I'm sure all of y'all have seen it. There's this ginormous fucking fat black woman sitting on her side, hands across her boobs. You can't see nothing. And somebody put a set of googly eyes on the side of her. She looks like the damn turd emoji, which technically was an ice cream emoji, but yeah, I shared that privately with somebody, and I got banned through Facebook because it went against their terms of usage. Yet I share a fucking stripper after coming off of after the COVID shit was done. Strippers after the pandemic. It shows this fucking 300-pound girl stripping on a pole. And if you look in the mirror, shows nipples, everything. That one went by just fine. Facebook is fucked. I hate it. The only reason I have it, like I've told a brother of mine, keep in touch with my aunt and my cousin Brendan. That's it. That's it. Or my old friend I just ran into recently on there. Hadn't seen her since, well, I was still married to my first wife. Well, she had 5 kids. When I met her, she had 1. Apparently, she had 4 more, lost 1 in a fire that one of her kids started. Yeah, life's a bitch, dude. And now I just recently found out, she sent me some pictures, and she sent me some pictures, and she's got some nice tattoos. Um, but she has a lot of similarities to a few of the other women I've known in my life. Not going to say what similarities, but don't bother me. But this whole chat, family, friends, and foe. A little bit of family I got left that I associate with, I've got no problems with. Now, people that I used to call family, friends, like my wife's family, when me and her were together, and even when me and her were apart. There are some crazy psycho ass families out there. Trust me. When 1 minute you can't decide which member is on whose side, this member's on this person's side of an argument, this person's on this side of an argument, and you guys sit there and try to pick a side because you don't have an issue with either one of them, but it's like, why? I mean, when I met my damn wife, I remember the day. One of the first arguments I saw was her getting into a fist fight with her mother that her mother started, the cops showing up, but because my wife had a record, my wife went to jail. I was there as a witness. Oh, well, she's got too long of a record. Well, I wonder who did that. So my wife went through a lot of shit between mother beating her, her dad sharing drugs and getting her into crack, her brother's beating her, stabbing her in the back, spraying spray glue in her hair, and I mean just tormenting this woman. Yep. Family love. At least my family never did any. I mean, I've got an aunt, a cousin that I speak with. I've got other cousins out there I don't associate with or talk to. They're doing great with their life. I mean, granted, one of them should have been in prison a long time ago, but he worked his way out of it. Still got to be the same old guy, but he got a badge. Yeah. So friends, we've been through that. Now here's an interesting situation, and this is one I wanted my buddy DJ to be in here for. Situation I'm going through now. See, I moved back here to this armpit of a fucking state, Virginia, to help take care of a woman I used to know. Well, she had an issue and she went to the hospital. Hospital maltreated her. She ended up in a nursing / rehabilitation center because they kept her in the hospital bed for over a month, not letting her walk, knowing she was obese, an amputee, over 6 foot tall, and on dialysis, and left her laying in that bed for a month straight without letting her stand, walk, move, anything. 'Cause 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 'C So when they said, okay, all your blood work's fine, everything's fine, time for you to go, she can't move. Y'all never let her move. So they send her to a rehabilitation center that didn't rehabilitate her and would leave her in shitty pants for, hours upon end. They, once again, would not let her out of the bed. So they even changed rehab facilities, but these nursing/rehab facilities only really do the nursing. They don't try to rehabilitate. All the woman wants to do is stand and walk, and they won't let her. And then she gets other health issues like her blood pressure. Every time they do stand her up to try to walk, her blood pressure fucking shoots up. And then they're like, oh no, you got to sit down. We're not going to let you walk. After 2 months, now they're scheduling her to see a cardiologist to find out why her blood pressure keeps spiking. So they've had this woman laying in bed. She's been gone 5 months and not been allowed to stand and walk or try. And when she does, she has these issues, and it takes them 2 months to schedule a cardiologist because her blood pressure spikes. That's doctor shit. That's not friends, family, or foe. Friends, family, or foe. Now, her mama, family, my roommate was talking about because of her disability, she can't get in and out of a tub. She can't stand and take a shower. So she wanted to get one of those walk-in tubs that have a bench in it. So she had talked to her mama about it, and her mama agreed. See, now this is where shit gets fun. So her mama told her to look it up, which means Montina called me and told me to look it up. And I'll look up the tub that she wants. Perfect size, perfect everything to fit right where the old tub was. So we don't hear nothing for a couple of weeks. And then finally my roommate finds out from her mother. This is the family portion. She finds out from her mother that, well, they've ordered a tub. We're going to get you a tub and replace it. Okay. So a month goes by. Now, of course, my roommate is still in the rehab. And don't hear anything. She's asking me constantly. I'm like, no. But if I had heard anything, I would let you know. Nobody said shit to me. Like, you tell me to look it up, I'll look it up, I'll leave it up, I'll leave all the information right there. They got it. So a little over a month later, I get a phone call from my roommate saying, oh, well, apparently they got the tub, but it came in, it was damaged. So they've got to send it back and get another one. No, okay. I get it. Takes time. The one, because they decided the one that she had picked out looked too cheap. He didn't want to get that one that was in stock at Home Depot. He wanted to shop through Lowe's. So he couldn't get the one that was already there. No, it looked too cheap. Okay. So he had to order one that took a month through Lowe's. Gets it, comes in damaged, had to send it back, wait for the new one. A month later, new one shows up. So after 2 months of waiting, she's still in rehab. Still ain't walked yet, but the guy shows up with this tub. And I look at it, he unwraps it, pulls it up to the front door, knocks on the door, opens the door. That ain't right. What do you mean? He gets a standard sized tub, just a regular bathtub, with water jets and and streams and all this shit and lights and shit included. Regular size standard tub. So you gotta lay down in the tub. Like, no. I said the only and this literally like 3 foot tub had a little door you could open so you don't have to step over the 3 foot part to lay down in the tub. I'm like, no. There were only two things that she wanted: a door and a bench to sit on, because if she sits down in that tub, it's going to take 3 to 4 people to get her out of it. The whole reason for the bench, the whole reason she wanted the tub to begin with. You get fucking lights and jacuzzis and all of this and charge her mom over twice as much for this fucker, and it's the wrong damn tub. Oh, well, yeah, okay. He finally figures it. Oh. So they finally order another tub. Still not the one that I suggested, but it's close enough. It's got the door, it's got the bench, it's facing the right way. It's smaller by about 2 inches. Because God forbid he went by what the fuck she actually asked and wanted. But we find out later why. Oh, this is funny. So, her mother, in her good spirits and being in her good grace, signed a contract with this guy, unbeknownst to my roommate, who owns the house. As far as we knew, and I am a resident of this house, as far as we knew, and we're told, switching out the tub. Only been waiting 3 months. Finally, the guy shows up with the tub, sticks it in the living room, and all right, we'll be back such a time. And all of a sudden, this guy just starts showing up at the house. Doesn't call. I don't know when he's showing up. Plus, they go and bring a porta potty and stick it out in the driveway, because they said, well, you gotta have a functioning toilet because the water is going to be cut off to the house. And all it. Well, how long is taking one tub out and putting another one in going to take? You switch off the water valve, unhook this, take one out, put one in. If they would have gotten the one that I had, or Montina wanted, that I had picked out, that would have fit perfectly right there, none of it. But this guy talks to her mother. Oh my God. And they're redoing the entire bathroom, which we did not know until the day he came and started tearing everything down. Now, this is where it really gets funny because the first time he shows up, finally get him scheduled, get the tub in. Finally, this is going to happen. And then Montina asks her, my roommate asks her mom, how long is this going to take? And she says, that's going to take 2 to 4 weeks. I'm like, what? To take one tub out and put another tub in, he's got to hire plumbers, electricians, put a porta-john out in the yard, and it's going to take 2 to 4 weeks to switch out tubs. Yeah, something won't right. And of course, my roommate starts questioning her family, and she's like, what do you care? What do you care? You're not paying for it. What do you care? What do you care? Okay. And then I get this whole, sorry, I would say walk to the bathroom, but I don't have one. I've got this little bottle, so I can still talk. So, they finally come in and start. That's when I find out they're not just replacing the tub. They're coming in, they're tearing the entire room all the way down to the studs and the floor joists, all the way around. And I told Montina, I can understand the timeline because that's what they were going to do. But the fact is, the homeowner had no clue. The person residing in the home had no clue. Just this guy coming in, tearing up the floor, tearing up the house, taking things out. Now, I told said homeowner what was going on. I didn't know anything about this. And she was throwing a fit to me. The first day the dude finally showed up to do any work is when we found out, oh yeah, he's tearing out every single wall, not just the tub side, but every wall, ceiling, and floor in the entire room and redoing everything from scratch. He had only been here 3 hours. Taking out the toilet, taking out the sink, taking out all the walls and ceiling, all the damn the hell, I used to hang the shit. I can't even think the name of it. Tearing everything out down to the studs. Now, including cabinets that she had specially bought and hung, her new toilet that she specially bought for her because of her size and dimensions, taking all of that out, had it sitting on the back porch. And then I'm on the phone with her telling her, yeah, apparently they're working on that wall too, and taking out these cabinets. And she's like, well, I want to keep those cabinets. And I even thought about it. I was like, hell, I would have liked to at least kept one of them. They would have helped me with keeping my food in my room. And she's like, well, you need to tell them, because she was worried about the cabinet that went under the sink. Because, they completely gutted everything. Out of the, I mean, all of the sheetrock, insulation, everything, walls, ceilings, everything, except for the one thing, and I found that funny. The one thing that they were supposed to come and switch out, the tubs, the tub was the only thing they left in the room the first day they were here. But so their whole less than 4 hours. They were here 4 hours, but they took a lunch break in the middle. I didn't write down times because I told her I wasn't going to. I keep track of how many hours they're actually here a day, and the only other thing is how many times I've used the porta john since it's been here. But yeah, and she's tried calling her mother and talking to her, and her mother won't tell her anything. She tried calling her sister, and I've tried talking to her sister, and her sister only thinks she has to. Well, what do you care? What does she care? What does it matter? Mama's paying for it. Mama's going to do this and that and that and this and that for her. So what do you care? What does she care? What does it matter? Well, the fact that this guy is ripping her the fuck off, number one, even what he has done and is doing should only take a week, not 2 to 4. And it's already taken 3 months just to get a tub. Now he's got to find an extended handicap toilet. But what I find, but yeah, long story short, 1 week, this man finally started actually doing construction. He spent 4 hours one day, hour and a half another, the entire week until he told me he was going to be back one day. Didn't after lunch, didn't show up. The following day, he shows up at 6:10 in the afternoon. What contractor do you know that shows up at 6:10 in the afternoon with 2 Mexican guys that he didn't even know? Because I had to sit there and listen to the whole damn conversation. And it took them an hour and a half, and I went in there and looked. I heard them sawing on boards. I don't know what the fuck they were sawing on for being electricians, because there's only 3 electrical things in that room. The light above the mirror over top of the sink, the light switch next to the sink, and the light or the electrical plug next to the sink, and the light switch right next to the door. They spent an hour and a half in there with this contractor watching, standing in the hallway just watching. And I go in there, and the only thing different, light switch is still in the same place. The one electrical plug is still in the same place. And wow, they raised the light bulb where the light fixture attaches. They raised that up higher. That's it for an hour and a half. And he didn't do shit. He hired a couple of Mexicans he didn't even know, because he was getting their information while he was here and explaining the guy I normally know how to open heart surgery. So I got you guys. Oh, y'all do this? That's good to know. And he's sitting there getting their information while they're in here moving a light switch up a foot for an hour and a half. But, and out of all that, that's just what I've been dealing with. Not to mention all of my own personal bullshit, like my insurance dropping my primary care doctor and assigning me to a child care center in another county. Gotta love Medicaid. Letters from Social Security telling me that my lawsuit has been dismissed, but I haven't heard anything yet. And it's signed by a lawyer, yet I haven't heard anything from a law office or my lawyer, and I can't get in touch with my lawyer. So, dealing with that for a week. But all this shit going on, and what makes it funny to me, this is where the family part comes in. Family will do anything for you, even if you want them to or not. So, this contractor has signed a contract with my roommate's mother. To come in and do all of this construction and take out, because like I said, my roommate was throwing a fit because he took the cabinets out. And while I was on the phone, he was doing this while I was on the phone with her. And she wanted me to tell him, well, make sure to take the cabinets that she had bought and hung, and she wanted to keep her toilet because she had specially ordered it. So while I'm on the phone, she's telling me all these things she wants to keep. Well, I get off the phone with her, and he's like, stopped. Thought he was taking a break, so didn't say anything. And then he didn't come back in. Then I walk outside, and everything, toilet, sink, cabinets, every fucking thing he tore out, them, gone. Not a word. Did not say shit to me. And I'm like, oh, hell. So I call her back and go, well, it's gone. Even cabinets that I personally handmade to go on the sides of the cabinets. When I was working in the wire rope shop, I had cut some special aluminum cabinets, rounded them off, just to stack little things on the side of the cabinets that she had bought. Yeah, everything gone. And what everybody keeps saying, well, I haven't talked to her mother about any of it. All I hear from like him is like, well, she wants to complain. Her mama's footing the bill, so okay. And same thing from her sister. Yet we're not finding out what's going on until it's happening. Kicking the pants is, by law, next time that fucker walks into this house, I could have him arrested. Number one, criminal trespass, grand larceny, destruction of private property, grand theft, just to name a few. Because there's one thing they haven't quite figured out. See, yeah, he signed a contract with a woman. That woman he signed a contract with has no legal standing over this residence whatsoever. Nothing's in her name. Nothing's registered to her. Nothing. The only thing she has to do with this residence is her daughter lives here. That's it. And the contractor himself has stated he has never met her, never spoken to her, doesn't know her, Yet he, every time he comes by, doesn't even wait. He knocks and just walks in and gets started and makes himself at home around the house, doing whatever it is he does illegally, which, considering he's signed a contract with her mother, that would put her mother in fraud, because if he's doing this, either he doesn't know his job or she led him to believe that it was her property and he just didn't get consent that it was. So he's fucked either which way. Then her mother could be arrested for fraud. And then come to find out, I hear word through the grapevine that because her mother is a very popular and well-known person in the rescue squad down the street. Wheeler Walker. Yeah, okay, Wheeler. I can't afford your fucking album. But yeah, there's a rumor going around at the rescue squad that only her mother goes to. I don't associate with the rescue squad. Nobody I associates with the rescue squad, but there's a rumor going around at the rescue squad that her mother has gotten power of attorney over the house. She's permanently put her in a nursing home, and now she's hired people to redo the home to resell it. And I had somebody coming to me asking me concerned about it. I'm like, no, none of that's happened. He's like, so that's just bullshit going around the rescue squad. Well, how would any of this information have gotten to the rescue squad that only her mother associates with? So yeah, that's family for you. And once again, I'm trying to stay out the middle of it, but the fact is, I have more legal right and standing over what happens in this house than her mother does. So yes, I physically could if I wanted to. And like I told her sister, I was like, look, I don't give a damn. This is between Montina and her mama. It's their problem. The only thing that pisses me off is when the guy just shows up and walks in whenever he wants. Or says, I'll be here one time and doesn't show up. And then all of a sudden the next day he shows up at 6:10 in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to start fucking locking the doors. Never do. I don't do, because God knows somebody breaks in and steals something. As long as they don't steal my fucking computer, take whatever the fuck you want. I could give two shits less about any fucking thing in this house, but and shit foes. That's just family. Family will sit there and try to take your life over and do everything for you and tell you how you're supposed to do everything. And this family believes it's okay. Well, you don't like what I want to do. I'm just going to do it anyway. And she lets it happen because that's just the way she was raised, because that's the fucking way they treat each other. I bitch about my roommate because of how she treats me. But after dealing with her family, I understand how she got it and why she acts the way she does. Because her family are stuck up fucking assholes who think that they can do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want, and get away with it. And as far as in her case, they can. Because right now, yeah, she could press charges against this contractor, against her mother. The only problem is what happens to the bathroom now? It's down to bare bones and plywood on the floor. That's it. Ceiling all the way around. $13,000. And all she wanted was to have the one tub taken out and another tub put in. And no offense, even with the work that he's having done, any real contractor would have had it done in a week. In 1 week, this fucker's worked a total, not counting, the plumbers came in for an hour, didn't write them down. The electricians came in for an hour and a half and moved one light switch up a foot. The contractor himself, him and his buddy, who tore down the walls and tore up the tile, still left a pile of trash in the middle of the floor and all of that, they've worked a total of 2 days. And within those 2 days, they worked a total of 5.5 hours. So that's 1 week. 5.5 hours in 1 week. Man. Shoo, he wiped out, ain't he? And me, I got to live here, so past week I've got to go. I'm pissing in the goddamn piss bottle, pouring it out the window. I'm not, every time I've got to take a leak, I'm not putting on my shoes, putting on my brace, walking all the way out to the other side of the driveway to take a leak, to come back in, to take all that shit back off again. It really sucked at 3 o'clock the other night when I had the shits, and oh boy. You ever have the shits? You wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. Is that a fart? Oh no, that's not a fart. You're fucking pinching. I'm trying to put my foot, my sandals on, grab my brace, put that on, find my damn lantern, walk my way all the way up to the outdoor outhouse, essentially. Pee out my butt for about 30 minutes. See, in the house, I don't have to worry about the brace. I got walls to hold on to, and I've got the bathroom right there. But what family will do, what family will do. And enemies. You know what? I don't have any enemies. The closest thing I have to an enemy is my wife. She hates my guts. I hate her guts. I've got ex-girlfriends. I hate their guts. They hate my guts. Well, actually, I don't hate any of their guts. I still care about all of them. Some more than others. Some always will, but do I fuck with their life? No. Do I try to talk to them occasionally? Yeah, why not? We've accepted the fact that, hey, we're not together. You're with so-and-so, I'm over here masturbating to midget porn. You've got a good life. My life is completely fucked. So I've got nothing to offer anybody, so. I don't have any foes. Ain't that a bitch? I got women that talk shit about me. Hey, I talk shit about them too. We both have two sides to the same story. Sometimes both of us are right. Sometimes both of us agree. Yeah, we were both assholes. Am I enemies with them? Nope. So, got no foes. But it just amazes me how so many people have friends that'll stab them in the back, which I had. You know what I did? I always said I would never. Like, even the ones I know that'll stab me in the back, I'll keep them as friends. No, life's too fucking short. I had 7 friends on my Facebook. I went dink dink, kicked 2 of them off. Mainly the one that got pissed off at me because I made some kind of fucking comment about gay pride or gay rights or some shit that made sense. But because she's been cheating on her husband for years with guys and now she's doing it with a girl and apparently it's okay with her husband. She's the only person I know that would fucking block me. So, dink, gone. Granted, yeah, I've known her since, what, elementary school. Used to tell everybody I loved her to death, and then I started to realize, even back then, the only time she talked to me is when she could get something from me. She even did the math of how much money she got from me from elementary school to high school. She could have bought a brand new car. So what do I get? She hooks up with a dude fatter and uglier than me and gets knocked up. What the fuck? I'm like a bitch. And people wonder why I drink. Seriously. You know, she's stuck up, thinks she's better than everybody else. They ain't really worked a real fucking job her entire life. Granted, she's got the education. She's a EMT. Does she get a job doing it? No, she just volunteers. Makes her husband work a couple of jobs while she's out boning other people behind his back. See, she's joined this new generation. She was like right on the borderline. Me, I'll take me back to a paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home? Oh, I don't even know the generation. I think they said Generation X was my generation. I didn't even want to be part of that because after watching the generation before, I was like, hell, I'd rather be. No. Give me George Jones, Johnny Cash, fucking goddamn cell phone. She was the one that taught me about computers. The only thing she ever taught me that I actually liked about it was the first time she introduced me to AOL and didn't even show me how to use it. She just got on it and played the fucking duck job. Hold on, let me get to the right tower. First time I ever heard the internet was through her. Ugh. That girl was nothing but a bad influence on me since day one. And here she is. She'd be a fucking rock star these days. And she's only 1 year younger than me. 1 year. It's fucking ridiculous. But since nobody wants to join in and talk about friends, family, or foe, I mean, how many of y'all out there have had family members that just take over your life and take control? Friends that stab you in the back, but foes, people that you didn't like, don't want nothing to do with, that will jump in and help you out. Been through that shit numerous times in my life. So how do you know who to trust? Nobody. I mean, I respect my family that I've got left, but do I socialize with them? Nope, except on Facebook. Hi. They'll share something. I have nothing. I was like, okay, I don't care. There's a lost dog in such and such county. Yeah. Would I want to reply? It's taco meat now. Oh, dog found in this county. Oh, good. It's not taco meat. And I got my cousin in England talking about how much fun she's having with her old man and what pubs they're going to and events they're going to. And I'm like, yay. I can't even watch Netflix because I can't afford it. I'm watching Tubi TV. I'm peeing in a piss bottle and dumping it out the window. I just had to wash my nether regions and ass crack in the kitchen sink. Everybody else is doing great, though. That's wonderful. I'm happy for you. My insurance dropped my primary care doctor because they're with a hospital associated around here called Bon Secours, and apparently Bon Secours is no longer being affiliated with my insurance. So my insurance assigned me a new primary care doctor. Oh God. Yeah. It says your primary care doctor will be listed on your new card. I got my new card. My primary care doctor's name is Child and Adolescence. Huh. I just got this shit Saturday. I shit you not. It's Child and Adolescence. I looked it up. It's longer than that, but I looked it up with that and the phone number, and it's located 2 counties away. My new primary care doctor. A child and adolescence doctor 2 counties away is my new primary care. Yeah, insurance and Medicaid they're on the ball, aren't they? I'm going to the same doctor since before I hit puberty. Same goddamn doctor. Other than when I left state and came back, got the same damn doctor. Still had my records. Well, insurance ain't accepting, or they're not accepting the insurance, or insurance isn't dealing with them, whatever. Yep, we're assigning you to a child care place up in fucking Hopewell. How the fuck am I going to drive through one county to get to another county to go to a goddamn child adolescent doctor's office? When the only time I go to my primary care doctor is to get high blood pressure medicine. Do you know what? This shit ain't fucking helping. Along with everything else. People wonder why I fucking drink. Really? Really? Oh. Damn, I did pop my neck good. It's not even crackling. Well, it is cracking a little, but. Ooh. But since nobody wants to jump in, I'll go ahead and cut this off and leave me a couple more hours to play with later if I want to. I'm going to go watch TBTV or YouTube or maybe some other channel, as long as I remember to cover up my camera. I guess I will rant at y'all later. Thanks everybody for not watching. I'll hurt y'all later. Oh yeah, I always gotta hit that button first, don't I? Hold on. In memory of an old buddy of mine, y'all probably didn't hear it, but I felt it. That one's for you, Dooley. Oh God, yeah it was. Whew. Smoked butt. Later.